know, YOLO, right? Take this life, live it up, get all you get, just kinda do you, huh? Well, what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little while and then vanishes away. So what about after this life? Huh?
Can you feel it? One thing can save you, cause this is the season and we high on the vapor. 1 minute, we knee deep in it. Before we think, it's over in a blink. Yesterday I didn't sleep that well. I woke several times through the night. Thoughts raced through my mind as I pondered, dreaming I was walking to a light. Heard the voice of an angel tell me start writing. Words flow, but I didn't know the meaning. I thought about my life and what really mattered. I thought about what
How many guys had Sir Mix-a-Lot on your playlist? Wow. You wouldn't raise your hand on a Sunday morning like that, but you did. That's good. Cool. And you sold, what, over a million units, right?
Yeah, as a solo artist, I did over 1 million units, and count what Sir Mix-a-Lot did, a few million. So we really had an amazing and interesting run.
In the book of Genesis, chapter 1, within 6 days, God created heaven, earth, stars, sky, light, dark, day, night, land, sea, earth, seas, plants, animals, trees, fruit, and Adam. Wow. How does that 8th grade science project of yours compare? Why do we go through some of this crazy stuff? Why do some people in life get a raw deal in their circumstances? Why do babies die? Why, when we pray, some people recover from sickness and others don't? See, we go to this canned explanation of, it was God's time. Well, tell me something I don't know. All time is God's time. But see, only God knows the purpose and the length of our time here in the vapor. But compared to eternity, your long 100 years is just a blank. The real question is, what are you going to do with the time that you have here? Is God so concerned with our stockpiles, especially when they draw us further away from Him? What does that say about people like in third world countries that are dying and starving? And God chooses to bless Biff and his big beamer and his big debt, his big house. Am I less blessed because some guy has more money than me, or is he more blessed? Perhaps, just perhaps, you could be less blessed with more money. Matthew 6:24 says, "No man can serve two masters. You will love one and hate the other, or you will hold on to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money." John was alluding to earlier that God, sometimes the worst rebuke can be giving you more of what you think you want. You get all these riches and all this stuff and all these things, and just like the game of Monopoly, you ain't taking none of it with you. But we fuss and we fight over it, and we ignore our families, and we stomp on people, and we do whatever it takes to get it. Be careful, because that monopoly money can quietly replace God. See, wealth is not bad. It's the lust of wealth. Plus all that junk you acquire, it has a lot of responsibility and maintenance that comes along with it. Jesus taught us how to pray, right? He said, "Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Your will be done, your kingdom come. Give us our mansion, Mercedes, 401k, and lots of savings." Right? Where do we get this all twisted up at? The Bible tells us that it's easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter heaven. But we don't want to hear that. We want to hear God pour the blessings out on me, the blessings and the favor. I'm about to close, you guys, but let me give you an example of two people. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. Both of them, I can submit to you, had a plan that went far beyond 2012, 13, 14, probably beyond 2020. Bill Gates is alive. Steve Jobs is dead. None of his money, none of his power, none of his accolades, none of his accomplishments, none of those things could save him. None of them could change the fact that he wasn't going to see one more day. I submit to you that none of you guys can sit here and guarantee me right now that you'll see next year. Get it a little more in line with God's purpose for your life. Get up to this altar right now. Don't wait to look to see who's coming. Come right up here now, because there's power when men pray together.
God is telling you to realize that greatness right now. God is telling you
realize that greatness. No longer are we gonna stand for mediocrity. We owe it to ourselves to get this thing right, man. Let's just worship him, you guys. Come on.
That's a cool thing. So let's give it up for Xola.
Don't wait. Yo, so many people say life is short. A shame they wait to say it on life support. They breathed, ate, slept like the rest of us did. But take a look at their lives, man, how did they live? The hands on the clock move one way. We all breathe the last breath one day. We won arguments, but what did we really win? Did we only seek pleasure undisciplined?